the sky blue? Why do we have belly buttons? Why is a fire truck red? Why are makeups tutorials so popular? Why is success so important? Why is inspiration so important in life? Why do we have eyebrows? Why is empowering others important? Why are women so beautiful? Why do women wear makeup? Why is making friends so hard? Why is making money so hard? Why?
There are so many whys in this world. And today I am here, I want to tell you my why. But before I do that, I want to tell you a little bit about my life and where I come from so you can kind of understand how I got to the journey where I am now. I worked my whole life. I've always had a job ever since I was 15 years old. I really don't know what it's like not to work. I married for the first time when I was 16 years old. I had my first baby when I was 16 years old. I have not been to college. I never had the opportunity or at that time the desire. But I did manage to finish high school. I scraped my way through, but I did it. I divorced at 18 years old and married again at 19 years old. And at 21, I got divorced yet again. I thought life was all about the party. Yeah. Well, yeah, we all know it's not. I married again for the third time when I was 24 years old. And we immediately went into business with my husband's family, running a gift card and party supply store. After 8 years, unfortunately, that business failed. And I had to start thinking about what else was I going to do with my life. I knew there was something else out there, something that could change my life. So, I went ahead, I joined a couple direct sales companies. But, my husband at that time was not supportive. And so these businesses failed. They didn't fall, they flopped. When I turned 29 years old, I had my second little girl, but almost immediately had to go back to work. So I took a job as a outside sales rep for a company that sold gift cards and party supplies. I was the wholesale rep selling to the retailers. This was a whole lot of fun, but I had to travel with the job. And I missed my family. I missed my family really bad when I was gone. In 1994, I started my first online business. Now, you know what? Starting a business is hard enough, but then my husband lost his job. This was a pretty rough time in our life. I ended up going back to waitressing in bars just to help support our family. This was, times got really, really hard then. At the age of 43, I divorced again. And 2 years later, I met an absolutely wonderful man that you guys know as Bruce. Here I was on my fourth marriage, but this time things were different. I had somebody that supported me in my dreams, in my goals, and, I really thought I was on my way. Our little internet business just grew and grew. Things were going so great. And then the bottom fell out again. My husband's retail camera business went under, and he ended up joining me working at home, but that was big drawbacks too. Things did go pretty good for quite a while. But then between Google's algorithms and our economy, yeah, we all got hit by that. Things on our little internet site were not going so well. And so I decided I had to do what I had to do. And I went to work at a retail jewelry store. Something I didn't really want to do, but you do what you have to do. Shoot, she was making more than I was. I was working, 40 to 60 hours a week. And she was home with her kids, making more than I was. So, I decided to join the company and follow in her footsteps. And for about 8 months, it was working pretty well. And I was making a little extra money. And I talked to my husband, Bruce, and I told him, I said, you know what? I know there is something in this internet marketing business that I really think I could be successful at, but I didn't feel like I was getting the right, although I love the products, I wasn't getting the complete training that I needed. And my daughter wasn't getting the training she needed. So how was she supposed to help me? And there was a lot of things, but it led me to start looking around for another company that I love their products and that I thought that I could pour my heart and soul into. And so one day I ran across Younique. And it was funny because I was sitting there, I told my husband, I said, I think that's the mascara I bought, maybe 6 months before. See the mascara? Still wearing that mascara. Probably I'll never stop. Well, I'll never stop. Not now. Anyway, so I convinced him to give me the $99 to buy the kit. I also convinced him to let me quit my full-time job and join Younique as a full-time business. If it didn't work, our agreement was that I would go back to a full-time job. So after doing I'll say a ton of research and probably watching hundreds of videos and learning all about this company and their products, I decided it was definitely a good move for me. You know what? That was 1 year ago, February 6th, 2016. Since then, I have made so many friends, not just local, all over the world. I've gained so much self-esteem and done things that even a year ago, I couldn't imagine myself doing. And the cool thing is, I get support from everywhere, not just from my direct upline or from her direct upline. I can get support from all the other Y sisters. It doesn't matter whether they're under somebody else or whatever. We're all Y sisters, and we all tend to support each other. It's not that the makeup's fantastic. It's not that I get paid in 3 hours after I, sell something. On top of that, I love the makeup. So that's just part of my why. In this business, you can make a few $100s, or you can make several $1,000s, or you can make $1 million. It's all in what you want. My goal was to just make a few $100s a month to help replace my income from the retail store and to help. And I won't kid you, it does take hard work. It does take hard work and devotion. And sometimes when you want to go to bed, maybe you have to stay up an extra 30 minutes or get up an extra 30 minutes or spend your lunch hour posting or talking to clients. It takes being able to listen to your leaders and follow directions. If you do what they say to do, you too can be successful. And that's pretty much what I've done. So to cut this down and not make it quite so long, the whole thing is when I started on this journey, I wanted to make a few $100s, just a couple hundred, maybe 400 or 500 extra a month, just to help me cover what I was making at my retail job. I look at my mom and my dad every day, almost quite often, not every day, and I see they're both in their mid-80s now. I see them both living on Social Security with no pension, no retirement income. That is their income. And you know what? It scared the heck out of me. It scares me every single day. I don't want to have to face that when it comes that time for me. You know, right now, I'm 63 years old. I don't want to have to survive. So I'm working as hard as I can to make sure that I can not have to be in that place. I want to be able to help my mom and dad. I don't want to have to watch them struggle. I want to be able to help them if they want to stay in their home, to get them help to be able to stay in their home, or if they want to have to go someplace. I don't want, it's hard to watch. It's hard to watch. So what is my why? I guess my why is to make sure that I'm not the one living on Social Security, to be able to help my parents, to be able to help my family, and hopefully none of them will ever have to struggle like I have in my life. I know there's ups and downs in every single person's lives, but so far, Unique has saved mine. It made me realize that there really is a dream out there, and if you've ever thought about making your dream come true, put that in your goals, put that on your vision board, and I think you'll find out that it can be miraculous. It really can. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a good evening.